Are you tired of dealing with your autoimmune condition and maybe your any other health conditions that you're having alone? Do you feel lonely and isolated as you try and deal with the challenges that you face on a daily basis? Then you are not alone in this. One of the key elements of a successful and sustainable health creation journey is having a community of people who can surround you with positive vibes, positive energy, and encourage and motivate you to stay on track. My name is Anindita, and I am a functional medicine certified health coach. And today I'm going to be talking about why a caring community is so valuable and necessary to motivate and inspire you to continue on your healing journey. Right, so I'm going to share with you a few thoughts that I have on this, what I've seen in my own coaching program, and also from my personal experience. Many years ago, I ran a support group for women with, women who were mothers who had children with eczema. Right, this came out of my own experience of dealing with my daughter's severe health issues, which was primarily eczema, and of course, it's always linked to gut health. I didn't know it at that time. And it was while I had my family support, I was very lucky. We are very close and very supportive of each other. It was still quite difficult to take decisions on what dietary changes to make, what lifestyle changes to make, what are the things, what are the products that I could use on her, what I couldn't, because there was not really much support around these kind of topics. While there is a lot of support in the conventional medicine realm on the medications and treatments, I had come to a conclusion, and I've shared this story earlier as well. That was not enough, right? And we saw it because we went through a very, very bad and difficult time when our daughter was hospitalized with a drug side effect. But coming back to the support group, so I actually hosted this support group for a good 6 months or so, and there are so many women who had children young, and actually most of them were young children dealing with severe eczema, and I hosted this in my own house, and it was helpful. It was helpful to me, and I got the feedback, very positive feedback from them, that it was really helpful to even be heard, right? Even that's actually something that is often missing when you feel that you're all alone. And so it helps us in many different ways. It gives us insights, it gives us some advice, some practical tips of how to navigate this very, very difficult journey. But more importantly, I think it is a place to be seen and to be heard without being judged, right? Without that. So the conventional medical approach is often focused on managing symptoms, right, with medication. So it's not so much about addressing the underlying causes of any chronic condition, which is why you might be here today. You might be looking for ways to reverse your autoimmune and other chronic health symptoms using a more natural, more holistic approach, or you may be already on medication and you want to get off your medications, or you know that there is something that is not right, but you're not able to pinpoint what is it that is going on. I mean, of course, you would have got your diagnosis. You may already have a diagnosis for your autoimmune condition, but even then, you may know that there are other things that are going on, and that those are not getting addressed. There's so many different reasons why you might be listening to this or watching this on replay. And at the end of the day, functional medicine is the approach that I take, which is all about finding and addressing the root causes of disease, which is why it works so well in the case of multifactorial chronic conditions like autoimmune disease. Because this way you can actually explore, find and address the root causes, remove the triggers, and which includes food, which includes toxins, which includes your environment, and then create an environment for healing, right? And one of the key elements for a successful functional medicine approach, one of the key elements of creating this environment which will help your body to heal and to thrive, is having a caring community supporting you every step of the way. That's often a missing piece. That's often a reason why many people are not able to stay on track, right? They start on their healing journey, they may take certain steps, they take certain measures, but when they slip up, there is no one to actually keep them accountable, and they might slip up. Everybody does. Everyone slips up, each and every one of us. but they are not able to get back on track simply because there's nobody to sort of motivate them and encourage them as they go along, right? So it's a hard, it's a often isolating journey. In any case, autoimmune condition by itself is called an invisible illness because it's kind of invisible. Many of the symptoms are invisible to others, so it can actually feel that you're making a bigger deal out of it than it actually is. A lot of people tell me when I get onto calls with them that they feel that nobody understands them, right? Even their closest family members. And this is a big part of it. This is the reason that nobody can understand them, is because nobody can see or really realize what they are going through, right? So it's hard sometimes to empathize with someone when you're not able to feel their pain, their discomfort, which you never will. Hopefully, if you don't have this, because this condition can be quite painful. But coming back to this point about feeling isolated, feeling lonely, it's again about not getting people to understand you, right? So a caring community can provide a lot of these benefits. This is a huge part, and this plays a huge role. And I wasn't aware of this when I started coaching people, and I started about 6 years ago. So I was coaching all kinds of people with all kinds of health issues, and at that time I wasn't really aware, and I was actually learning the ropes in any case. So I wasn't ready to start creating a community per se. It was all about getting to see results. It was about getting some experience of doing this work, because it was something that is quite new for me, and new overall in any case. In every part of the world, coaching is relatively a very new profession. Health coaching, I'm talking about health coaching in particular. So this aspect of what a community can provide was not very clear to me. I was not even aware of it. It's only in the last few years, especially last few years of the pandemic, etc., when I realized that this feeling of loneliness and isolation is actually compounded for those who have autoimmune conditions, right? It's even worse for them, because they don't really have somebody that, unless they are part of some support group, they don't really have anyone that can sort of give them that kind of support, that kind of encouragement to stay on track. The kind of practical advice that you can only get from someone who's been there, done that, right? So those are the things that are missing. A lot of it, because of my own personal experience, I'm able to provide for my clients. But I realized that there is so much more wisdom that comes from a group of people who are on a similar journey together, right? This is the reason that I chose to talk about this topic today. This is the reason that I am focusing on building a community, and I call my community members inner healers, because that's what we are trying to do. And the community is called Healing from Within with Anindita. It's a free Facebook group, so you can find us on Facebook. It's called Healing from Within with Anindita, and you can join it for free today. And so connecting with others on a healing journey, you can learn from the experiences, you can get practical tips, you can gain valuable insights into how to manage your own health, right? That's a huge benefit from that. And of course, staying motivated, because lack of motivation is another big issue I see, which is quite, what should I say, natural, right? It's hard to stay motivated day after day, week after week, month after month, all by yourself. And this is a marathon and not a sprint. Getting better, getting well, staying well, reversing symptoms, addressing root causes, it's a marathon, right? It goes on for a long period of time, usually about minimum 6 months, usually it's about a year, if not more. So it takes a lot of effort to stay on track. So if you feel you're a part of something bigger than yourself, you're more likely to stay committed to your purpose, right? And this belonging to a community provides that kind of purpose. So it can be a powerful tool in your healing journey, and yet this is often again something that is missing from many approaches, including functional medicine approach, but it can be a really critical tool in a successful functional medicine intervention where you are trying to address the root causes. So as I mentioned, you can join this free community of inner healers, as I called ourselves, because we are all healers in our own way. Whether we can get cured or not, we can heal ourselves emotionally, physically and spiritually. Even if not physically, definitely emotionally and spiritually, in some form or the other, which is why I believe each and every one of us is a healer, and we all have an inner healer that we can sort of get in touch with, and we need to get in touch with, right? And I also believe that when women find a way to do this, to connect with their inner healer, to unleash their healing power, they are able to actually share this power with the rest of their family, and as a result with the rest of their community, and and even the entire planet. And I think we'll all agree that our planet really needs some amount of healing, right? Healing touch. So there are some specific ways that a caring community like this can, you can benefit from a caring community. One is the emotional support, right? There's so many frustrations, fears, and successes, all of it together, and you have a safe space to share it, to share, to celebrate, to get the encouragement, to get the support that you need when it's hard. Like all of it, you can benefit from, and especially by having a space like this with people who understand you, right? Because they are all on similar journey, which is why this works so well. So it's incredibly comforting, right? It gives a sense of peace, it gives a sense of calm. So that's a huge benefit. The second benefit is having practical advice. A caring community can also provide practical advice, because again, they are also dealing with it on a daily basis. So what you're going through, someone else is also going through. So that person can actually provide you some tips and some hacks and some tricks, something that may help in some way or help you in some way or the other, right? So some certain success with certain lifestyle changes, certain dietary changes, something that you would have never thought of. So this is the collective wisdom that comes up. So this is a beautiful benefit that you get simply by being part of such a community. And the third one is, of course, a very important part, accountability. Now, while as a coach, I do provide accountability to my clients, that's a given. As coaches, as health coaches, we are trained to do this, but it also helps to have this kind of accountability and being accountable and held accountable to a community. Sharing your goals with others can help you stay committed and motivated, and having a community which is going through the same journey as you are is incredibly powerful, right? So this is this is a group which cares about you, right? This is a community which cares about you and your well-being, simply because they know what it's like to be in your shoes. So these are the I would say the top 3 benefits. One is the emotional support, one is the practical advice, and the third is the accountability, and which is why having a caring community is such a powerful tool in your toolkit, right? I explain to my clients that I like to give them the toolkits that they need to not only get well but stay well as they go on their healing journey. And having a community support you is a huge, is immensely powerful, right? So I hope that this has helped you in some way. You can start looking for support groups. I mean, if you are looking for a support group, there are many support groups that are available on Facebook. I think Facebook offers one of the best platforms to find free support groups. So when you're part of these groups, you can get a lot of insights, advice, etc. More support and encouragement that you need to stay on track. You can of course join our private Facebook community, which is called Healing From Within with Anandita. It's again on Facebook. It's a free Facebook group for women with autoimmune conditions and related chronic health issues who are looking for inspiration and motivation and support that they are not getting anywhere else. And if you have some offline support groups, if they are available in your locality, a health coach can give you some of these benefits. But again, as I mentioned, as a coach, I do provide all of this, but having a community is immensely powerful. So I hope you got a lot of this, out of this session, and I will see you soon.